One of the old GPs I worked with called it the Northwest Draw. Once you live and work in the Northwest, you just can't resist coming back. When I was looking at the jobs, some particular surgeries actually, because I was doing GP training, some particular surgeries caught my eye in the St Helens area, and therefore then applied to St Helens and did my GP training there. And I've recently just come back off maternity leave, so we've just had our first little boy, and I thought about going part-time, but I've gone back full-time for now and it's working really well.
This post came up in 1999. I drove over, I met my then partners, and just really immediately had a good feeling about the place. And I've never really regretted moving to St Helens. I mean, if you go to Google Maps and look at St Helens, it's largely green. So there's an enormous amount of green space. It's right in the middle of this great area of countryside. And obviously its heritage stretches right back to the 19th century. So we've got this, fantastic stock of historic housing, red brick terraces, we've got red brick detached houses, we've got wonderful historic halls, and mixed in with that you've got the industrial heritage as well. I think we've got one of the oldest canals in the country, and one of the big advantages for somebody coming here is we've got some of the cheapest housing in the country. It's massively underappreciated, and I think an enormous opportunity.
Lancashire countryside is on your doorstep. Just cross over the bypass up into Rainford and you've got masses of public footpaths, loads of nice scenery. So from perhaps a non-family perspective, as a younger person, it's great because you can live in St Helens and easily get to Manchester and Liverpool with public transport, short taxi journeys. But equally, you could live out of St Helens and very easily commute into St Helens and still have the city lifestyle.
So we moved into this new building 14 months ago, so it's purpose-designed premises. It's housing 2 GP practices, plus a pharmacy. So it was many years in the planning. It took 10 years from conception to completion. But really what that afforded us the opportunity to do was to think very, very carefully about the design. We recently added a rail sailing dinghy. So that's in our waiting room, so children can climb into it and play and have fun pretending to be pirates. Other interesting things that we're doing, we've got a mindfulness practitioner, and we support and facilitate yoga classes and Tai Chi and Pilates.
So St Helens is nice because it's relatively throughout the country, it's quite a small CCG, and it's board members, local GPs who you can pick up the phone to and talk to, basically. And if you've got a problem, you can pick up the phone and give them a ring, drop them an email, and they'll respond and reply to you, most importantly.
I mean, really from the very first session that I did here, which was back in 1999, I was just struck by how pleasant and straightforward it is to deal with St Helens people. You could really say they're the salt of the earth.
I think if you're thinking of working in St Helens, we are all friendly, approachable GPs. Give us a ring, come and have an informal visit, ring the surgeries that you're interested in. All the practices will be friendly, keen to see you, have a chat with you, and don't be afraid to ask them questions. And I'm sure they'll be more than happy to answer them for you.